Hi, in this video, I'll demonstrate how to set up Alore CRM and start running drip campaigns, how to add prospect, how to analyze drip campaigns, and how to set and manage target for sales team. Once you have signed up and downloaded the extension, you'll be taken to the mail integration page where you can integrate your mail. This helps us to send and receive mail on your behalf when you're running a drip campaign. Alore CRM has direct integration with Gmail or G Suite, Outlook, and Outlook 365. For Yahoo Mail and Yahoo Small Business Mail, Alore CRM uses SMTP integration. For any other email provider, you'll need to use SMTP integration to send drip campaign. To integrate with Gmail or G Suite, click on the Gmail icon. A new tab will open. Select the account that you want to use and send and receive email. If your account is not listed, click on Use Another Account and sign into that account. Click on Allow to give permission to the CRM app. This tab shall now close and take you to the previous page. A confirmation screen will come informing you that the integration has been successfully completed. If you want to use Outlook or Outlook 365, click on the Outlook icon. A new tab will open. Enter the credential of your account and click Allow. If you want to integrate Yahoo or Yahoo Small Business Mail, you'll first need to make some changes in your mail setting. Log into Yahoo Mail account and click on Account Info on the top right-hand corner of the screen. Click on Account Security. Ensure that the two-step verification is switched on, and then generate a password. Copy the password and then go back to the mail integration page. Click on the Yahoo icon. Enter the username, which is your email ID. Then you have to enter the email ID again and your password and click on Save. You'll get a screen which will confirm that the mail has been integrated successfully. If you're using any other email service provider such as Zoho, iCloud, or Lycos, click on Other icon. From the drop-down, select Email Service Provider. Enter your username, which is your email address, your email ID, and your password, and click on Save again. You'll get a confirmation stating that the email has been integrated successfully. If your email service provider is not listed in the drop-down, click on Others. Enter the incoming and outgoing mail setting and click on Save. Alternatively, you can also mail us at support@alore.io and we'll help you with integration of mail. If you're using Zoho Mail, you'll need to allow for IMAP and POP access. To do this, open your Zoho Mail account. Now click on the setting on the top right-hand corner. Go to the bottom and click on POP access. Click on POP and allow for POP access. Similarly, you can click on IMAP and also allow for IMAP access. Similarly, based on the service provider you are using, you might have to change setting in your mail account to allow Alore CRM to send and receive mails on your behalf. You'll be then taken to the Setup Wizard page. If you want to change the email integration in future, click on Profile. You can then edit the mail integration by clicking on the three dots next to Mail Integration. Once you have completed the mail integration, you'll be taken to the Setup Wizard page. The Setup Wizard not only helps you in setting up and acquainting with all the features of Alore CRM, but also helps you in future if you have forgotten or missed out on using any feature. You can access the Setup Wizard anytime by clicking on the magic wand icon on the top bar. On the left-hand side of the Setup Wizard page, you will see all the main features listed. When you click on any main feature, the sub-features are displayed on the right. A sub-feature in blue color means you have already tried out or set it up at least once. If the sub-feature is gray in color, it means you haven't tried it out or set it up as yet. If you want to try out or set up a sub-feature, just hover over the sub-feature and complete the action by clicking on the dark blue button. The progress bar on the left-hand side indicates how many steps you have completed in the setup. The small notification on the magic wand icon tells you how many steps are still left to be completed by you before you can take full advantage of all the features of Alore CRM. You can skip the setup anytime by clicking here. Once you finish your setup or skip the setup, you'll be taken to home feed. The home feed is your cockpit for managing all the activities on Alore CRM. Not only you can take all the action, but also view all the result of these actions in the home feed. You can access the home feed from any screen by clicking on the Alore logo on the top left-hand side of the screen or on the home icon next to the search bar. The left-hand side of the home feed helps you start all the activities or take an action. Actions are grouped together based on the end result. So from the left-hand side of the home feed, you can start a campaign or send a new mail to a prospect. You can add a prospect, you can add a company, you can add a deal, add a new audience, curated list, add a note, or event or task, or a document or a template. You can then view the result of these campaigns or view your Alore credits, view all prospect, companies, the audience that you have created, or the curated list you have purchased, or the calendar events for you for the month, the task, the deals, the documents, and the template. Below that, you can invite a teammate or you can invite people in your network to experience Alore and earn Alore credits. Below invite, you have the option to create team or set target for them. You can also create deal types and tags or create reason for losing a deal. At the end, you have the view reports. You can view the dashboard or the leaderboard, the productivity, sales target report, call log, and lost opportunity from the left-hand side of the screen. On the top of the screen, you have the search bar. Through the search bar, you can search for prospect or for clients. But apart from that, you can also perform activities such as adding a new deal, adding a new task, adding a new event, adding a new note, adding a new prospect, or adding a new company. In future, we'll also give the option to search for all the deals from the search bar itself. So, whether you are on prospect page or deal page or task page, the search bar helps you quickly carry out important activities from any screen. Now, we will talk about how to add prospect to Alore CRM. Most of the CRMs tell you to add prospect via a huge contact form. Now that's painful. On Alore CRM, we completely wanted to overcome this pain. All you need to do is to just know either the first name, the last name, and the domain name of the company where the prospect works, or the email address of the person. We will then figure out the email address, verify it, and then enrich it, pulling up all the relevant information, including his or her social media profile. First, I will show you how to add a single prospect. You can add a single prospect by search by the first name, the last name, and domain name of the company where the prospect is working and add them to your prospect database. If you already have the email address, you can verify and add them to the prospect database. Third, if you can go to LinkedIn, Twitter, Angel, and use our Chrome extension to find the email address, verify it, and add it to your prospect. Or else, you can use our Chrome extension. To add a prospect, go to your search for profile, and on the left-hand side, you'll see the option to add a prospect. Add them to your prospect database. You can also go to the search bar and click on Add Prospect. For the first name, the last name, and the domain name of the company where the prospect works, You can use the email finder to find the email address, verify it, and then add it to your prospect page. I'll quickly do that. If you know the email address and the first name of the person, you can quickly verify the email address and add it to the prospect database. There might be scenarios in which even though the email address is not verified, you would still like to add the prospect. You can do that by clicking on the red button here. Both the prospect and the company will be added to your prospect database now. Before I show you how to search for email address, how to LinkedIn, Twitter, and Angel using Alore Chrome extension, I wanted to take a moment and explain how all of this works. To find the email address, we need these things. We need the first name, we need the last name, and we need the domain name of the company at which the prospect works. Now, when we go to the LinkedIn page and click on the Chrome extension, what the Chrome extension does is to first figure out the name and the last name. But the domain name of the company is not listed on the profile page of the person. It's actually listed on the profile page of the company. And what the Chrome extension does is in the background, it'll open the company's profile page and figure out the domain name from here. So sometimes what happens, the company is not listed on LinkedIn. Like in this case, while IL is listed here, IL does not have a company page. Now, if I try to figure out the email address of this person, what will happen is the Chrome extension wouldn't be able to find the domain name, and therefore it wouldn't be able to give you the email addresses. Now, how do you figure this out? The easiest way to figure this out is to see whether the logo of the company is here or not. If the logo is not here, that means the company is not listed on LinkedIn. When the Chrome extension tries to figure out the domain name, it picks up the company that is listed as number 1 in the experience of the person. Now, sometimes when the people are advisor or consultant, they list it out in their experience. However, they might not have a business email address associated with the company. In such cases, the Chrome extension would not be able to find the business email address of the person. Now, sometimes people also list their name differently on LinkedIn. Like in this case, Cornelis has listed his name as Niels Stein, but his email address might begin with Cornelis. In such case, again, the Chrome extension might not be able to give you the email address. However, there's always a way to work around these limitations. I will show you how that is done. Now let's try to see how the Chrome extension works. Click on the Chrome extension. If you've not logged in, you'll need to log into the Chrome extension. Now in this case, we have already figured out the name of the person and the domain name. Quickly select a tag if you want to tag the person and click Save. You'll see that the email address has been found and the profile and the prospect has been saved successfully to your database. Now in this case, the company profile does not exist on LinkedIn. You'll see that the Chrome extension says, now in this case, not found. Please enter the details here manually. The company profile does not exist on. Again, choose a tag if you want and click on Save. You can see that the profile has been added successfully. If the person has a different name listed on LinkedIn, you need to manually go and change the name of the person. If the prospect is working as a consultant, client, or in this case, probably is moonlighting, as the founder of AST, in that case, you need to figure out the company where he's actually working. You need to enter the domain name here. Click on Save. Again, you'll see the email has been found successfully. If you want to use Twitter to find the email address of the person, go to the Twitter profile page of the person. Ideally, the domain name associated with his email address should be listed here. Then you can click on the Chrome extension. If the Chrome extension is not able to find the domain name, you can enter the domain name, select the tag and click on Save. Similarly, you can use the Chrome extension to find email address of prospect on Angel as well. Angel, the profile, to add prospects in bulk, click on the bulk upload button. To your prospect. Then you need to download a sample CSV file. Open the CSV file and enter the details. Entering the first name of the prospect is mandatory. Out of email address and domain name, you need to enter at least one. The next 5 columns can be used for tagging the prospect. Ensure that one column has only one kind of tags. Then save the CSV file and click the upload button. A pop-up will come where you need to map the column of the CSV file with the column in the database. Once all the columns have been mapped, you can click on Upload. You'll get a pop-up confirming that your email list is being validated now. Once the CSV file has been validated, you'll get an email with the summary report. After validation, you can start using the CSV file to run a drip campaign. You can also import contact from your Gmail, Outlook or Yahoo account. Click on the import button and choose the service provider from which you want to import contact. Enter the details and validate. Select the contacts and click validate and save. Contacts that do not have first name cannot be imported. Therefore, you'll need to enter the first name or last name to be able to import them. You'll get a pop-up confirming that your contacts have been uploaded and are in process of validation. You can also add prospect by using the list we have already curated for you. These lists are based on role, geography and industry. You can filter the list by using the sort button on the top right-hand corner of the screen. For each email address you purchase, we'll charge you 1 Alore credit. Alore CRM lets you send drip campaigns to prospects based on their individual behavior. We call this Smart Campaign. For example, you can create an audience for prospect who you haven't contacted in 90 days and add a drip campaign to it. Every night, we run a scheduler that will update the list with the prospect that match the criteria and send them the drip campaign. Click on the plus button here. You'll get the list of attributes that you can select from. Example, you can say that you want to create an audience for someone who you haven't heard from in more than 90 days. And then add a name here and create the audience. And this will take 2 to 5 minutes for us to prepare, and then after that you can add this audience to the drip campaign. So now whenever there's a prospect from whom you haven't heard in 90 days, the drip campaign associated with the audience will automatically be sent. This works great in reviving contact with lost prospect or clients. You now will not need to chase your sales rep and remind them of getting in touch with old client or prospects. Let's see now how to add a drip campaign. Go to your home feed and click on send a new campaign. On your left hand side, you will see all the settings that are needed before you start sending a drip campaign. These are adding a prospect, number of email that you want to send in a day, the time zone, and the delivery time. So click on add button here. You'll get two options: add from existing list of prospect or add a new set of prospect. The second option works pretty much like how we've shown now. How do you add a new prospect? Let's pick add a new add from an existing list of prospect. So this is a new interface that that'll push tomorrow, but this is how things will look like. So first you start with choosing who's the lead owner. In this case, I'll click Vikas, me, and then you can choose the means by which these prospects have been added. So this could be if you have uploaded a CSV file, or if you have imported contact, if the source of prospect is by you have imported from your Gmail, or Outlook or Yahoo, or based on status. Are they part of any campaign? Are they active? Have they been unsubscribed? That's all listed here. You can also choose based on tags. You can choose based on added mode and duration, which means have they been part of bulk upload or single search or LinkedIn Angel. If there's a campaign that's already running, or you have run in past and you want to quickly replicate the audience, you can also select that here. Then if you just created the audience like how I mentioned and you want to add that, you can do that. You can also choose by purchase list, and then if there is a single profile or single prospect that you want to add, you can use the search bar here. So I'll add the uploaded list that we added today here, and then you can click refresh to see the reach of person. Now if you want to make some small changes, you want to remove some individual person based on domain, or you don't want to send, you can click on view list here and choose the person. You can do the search here based on his name, email ID, or domain name, and click and cross him here. Once that is done, you can just click OK. So the first part is completed. Now the second part is how many mails do you want to send in a day? So we recommend not to send more than 500 mails in a day. This is because you might cross your sending limit decided by your service provider. Then you can choose the time zone that you want to send in. So let's pick up Singapore time. Okay, and you can choose the delivery time. So you can choose the day. Let's say Monday. On Monday between 7 to 11 a.m. is what you want to send. So now the setting part is done. You need to enter a name of the campaign. So let's say testing demo, and the subject of the mail. You can also personalize it here by quickly clicking on any one of these options here. You can choose maybe the company name here. It will get inserted same way here. Now you see the option of adding a signature, but I have not added, so you can go back and add a signature here. Apart from that, if you want to quickly format things, you can do a lot of formatting. You can make it bold, italics, all that here is here, and also add a link here. You can also attach a document by clicking on this icon. I'll show you how documents are uploaded later on. Or if you are you have already created a template and you want to use the template, click on this button. Now there are three options of template here. You can create your own custom templates. We have some recommended templates as well. Or if you want to just copy from your existing campaign and try out something there, you can just also select. So based on whatever you want, you can select it here. Now, only when all these seven settings all are met with, that you can add the next mail. Now, again, you have to do some certain settings for mail 2 to go, and these are when do you want the mail 2 to go. So in this case, the mail 2 will go 2 days after the first mail has been sent until the person has replied. We're going to add some more filter criteria here, but in a few weeks time. But right now this is how it works. If the person has replied back, we won't send the mail, but if he hasn't, the drip campaigns will keep running. The sequence of mail will keep going to him. Then you can select, the time zone is already selected here. I can choose a delivery time again. Maybe it's Friday. Yeah. And again, I can put the subject here and the text here. If I want to add any more mail, I can add it here. I'll quickly remove it. Now, if you want to send, like you want to see how the mail looks like, you can click on send a test mail, and the test mail will go to your email. Right? If you want to save draft, you can do that. Now here, since you've already set everything that is needed to run a campaign, you can schedule the campaign as well. I'm not going to press that for the moment. After you've scheduled the drip campaign, once the drip campaign starts running, you'll get a notification in your home feed. This is how it is shown, and it'll tell you at what time it started. Same way, once the drip campaign is done with, is finished, you will also see a notification coming in your home feed. You can press on view campaign analytics to actually see how the campaign is doing, but we also provide some more details. As and when people start opening your mail, you'll see a notification coming here, like let's see. So I send a campaign, a drip campaign to Arun, and Arun viewed the campaign, so you get a notification here. If there are more than one people, you can see view the list as well and see when they open and who all opened your campaign. Same way, whenever the person replies, you'll also see that in your, apart from getting it in your inbox, you'll also see it in your home feed. Once you have started a campaign or saved it as a draft campaign and want to make any changes to the campaign, you'll need to go to the View All Campaign page. When you hover over any of the campaign, you'll see the 3 dots appearing. Click on these 3 dots and you'll see all the options. By clicking on any of these options, you can pause and edit, duplicate, pause, or delete any campaign. If the campaign is already finished, in that case, you can only duplicate and delete. If the campaign is in a pause mode, you can then resume the campaign as well from here. If you want to view the performance of any campaign, click on the campaign name. The first graph tells you about the status of the campaign. How many mails were sent, how many mails were delivered, how many mails bounced, how many mails are in queue, and how many replies have you received. The second set of graphs help you measure how good or bad your campaign strategy did and what you can do to make it better. The first pie chart on your left hand tells you about the deliverability. With this, you can gauge how good or bad your data set was. If there's a large amount of bounces, it's time for you to change your data provider. The second pie chart in the center measures the effectiveness of your campaign. It tells you how good or bad your subject line were, and did you choose the right day and right time of the day to send the mails. The graph below that tells you about the decay rate. Here I sent 58 mails on Monday, but even on a Friday, significant number of people actually opened the mail. It might be therefore worth trying to send the next campaign on a Thursday. Similarly, the decay rate for replied mails tells you which was the best day for your prospect to reply to your mails. The graph below plots hour of the day against the number of mails you have sent. In this graph, you see that even though the mails were largely sent from 1700 to 1900 hours, prospect opened the mail even between 10 to 1200 hours. Again, therefore, it might be of help to try running a campaign between 1000 hours to 1200 hours. The third pie chart on the right-hand side measures how many prospects replied positively and therefore tells you how good or bad your body copy was. With all these 3 graphs, you can find out the bottleneck in your campaign strategy easily and make changes accordingly. If you want to see which all prospect opened, replied, auto-replied, or unsubscribed to your mail, you can go to the bottom of the page. Click on the tags to see the relevant result. If you want to change the status of any prospect, you can change it from here as well. Click here to invite a teammate. A new screen will open. Click on Add More People. Enter the email address of your teammate. If he or she is already part of any other organization on Alore CRM, you won't be able to invite him. Then choose the team to which he belongs. If you want to create a new team, you can click on Create a New Team on the top right-hand corner of the screen. Once a person has accepted the invitation, you can assign him a role. There are 3 kinds of role: admin, manager, and a member. If you want to resend the invite, click on this button. To set target for a teammate, click here. A new screen will open. Choose a team and then select the teammate. You can then set target for 10 different things. The number of prospect that has to be added every month, the number of emails that has to be sent via drip campaigns, the number of calls to be made to the new prospect, the number of calls to be made to existing prospect, the average duration of the calls, number of deals added and the volume of deals to be added, number of deals to be closed and the volume of the deals to be closed. Once the target has been set, the teammate will receive notification in his home feed and also via an email. You can receive report every day via email about the performance of your team and the teammates. To set this up, click on Profile. Then click on the 3 dot next to notification. Click on Edit. From here, you can select the kind of notification you'd like to receive. You can also monitor the performance of the team via dashboard. To view this, click on the chart icon on the top bar and select Dashboard. Dashboard shows the performance of company, team, and teammates. To view this, click on the team first. Then select the team. The graphs now show the performance of outbound sales team. If you want to view the performance of individual team members, click on the name. Through the dashboard for the person, you can have a quick overview of the performance of the person, which means the drip campaign done by him or her, the calls made by him or her, the life cycle funnel of the deal handled by him, the life cycle velocity of the deal closed by him, and overall deal funnel of the person. Here, you see, if you want to dig deeper, there are other reports available for you, such as the sales target report that tells you overall sales target performance for your team, the call log report where you can go and monitor and see how long each individual calls has been or who has been the person to whom the sales rep has called most. You can check the productivity, which tells you how people have been prospecting and how good or bad their prospecting has been. The leaderboard, which actually gives you comprehensive analysis of how each person has been performing related to his targets. And then the lost opportunity, which tells you why your team has been losing opportunities. This ends the video 1 here. The next video will cover how do we manage deals, how do we manage prospects, how do we manage companies, how do you upload documents, how do you see how people are really consuming your documents, how to create different deal types. All this will be shown in the next video. Thank you.